What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video featuring Threesto. We are both going to be rating fan builds. And I wanted to bring on a guest star, aka another very talented builder, to see if we're like in the same ballpark. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own styles. Let's hop into it. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm
all right.
Honored to be on the show, I guess.
Hey, you already know, so I am sharing my screen. You can see what I'm looking at right now. Up first, we have a treasure chest. How this works is we rate from 1 to 10. And I guess since they titled it treasure chest, I'm just gonna rate the chest, not really the whole thing as a scene. But I think it looks like a good low poly treasure chest. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'd say it's I think it's a little bit too simple for my taste, but I think it's a solid 6, you know?
Okay.
To me, a 6 is not great, but not bad.
It's
kind of that middle ground.
It's a mini map for a game. All right, so I like the overall layout, I think. I do feel the buildings, like the houses themselves, are a bit too simple. Other than that, I think I like it. What are you thinking?
I think it looks good, but there's one thing that just stuck out to me, and it's that like little kind of watchtower right there, because it looks exactly like one I made for one of my games. But I think the whole scene, you know, I like the use of low poly and studio materials. I don't know why the houses don't have much texture on them. Yeah. But I'd say it's a 7. It does what it has to. It looks pretty decent.
I was gonna go with a 6 or a 7. I think overall this looks pretty good. I do think the houses need a bit more detail, or just add a material onto them to help kind of liven them up. Even just the roofs. I mean, a lot of people just do roofs, and that looks pretty cool. Up next, we have a map for epic minigames. Oh, snap. This is a lot.
This immediately caught my eye when I was
there's a lot happening right here.
I was kind of blown away seeing this. I already know what my rating is.
What's yours?
I'm giving it a 9.
Ooh.
I think it's a perfect use of kind of props and materials, and I also love kind of the environment around the whole play area, I guess.
Yeah.
With all the mountains and trees and everything. It really feels kind of deserted too, with all like the rust and all these different like busted down buildings and barrels and sandbags.
Yeah, I was gonna be at about an 8, but just because my personal preference, of course, I like the more bright side of things. This is a very good build either way, though, so great job. Oh, speaking of the bright side of things, how are we doing? So, I'm not gonna click on this picture because if you guys don't know, this type of trees only looks good at certain angles. As you can see, this looks like not fantastic, but if you go to something like this, they look quite a bit better, or something like this, they look quite a bit better. So let's skip the second picture and just see what's going on here. So overall, I like this. I like when people build with terrain on Roblox and mix in low poly stuff, especially with the stylized leaves. I'm gonna give this I'm gonna say an 8. I'll go in an 8.
I'm giving this image a 6. I think the terrain looks really good. I'm not the best at terrain, so I think the terrain actually is pretty well done. And I like the colors, because some people don't be like changing colors.
What's up?
I think for the first image, okay, that image is a 7, maybe an 8.
Woo!
But first image, I have to say, I just feel like the house, I feel like the proportions look a little bit off, and it looks way too big compared to, like, say, those fences over there.
Yeah,
I also think the lack of materials kind of conflicts with the...
This house is bigger than 90% of the trees.
Yeah.
There's no windows.
The trees look okay without, like, a wood material. I mean, a wood material would look probably a little better. And also if the grass matched the tree a little bit. But because the leaves are already kind of a texture, I think it's fine. But I feel like the house looks a little bit too plain.
Ooh. A sci-fi tower. I'm going to go to this image because I think it looks a little bit better.
Ooh, okay. I like the whole thing happening in the middle. It looks sort of... It's probably incomplete seeing how much empty space there is, but like just that centerpiece alone is really, really impressive. I'm not sure if like it's just exterior or if like you're actually able to like kind of go inside some stuff.
I would assume it's just exterior.
Yeah.
I will say I genuinely get upset when people do this, because send me a closer screenshot to this.
Yeah.
This looks like the beauty and a half right here. This is all cool, but it's like, I don't know, if you're taking a picture of your dog, you don't want to get the sticks in your yard next to your dog, right? So
yeah, I think if the, all those buildings they put on the outside were like on the inside, they kind of make it look like a little metropolis inside this dome. Yeah, that would have looked cooler.
Definitely looks dope.
Hopefully it's just incomplete. I'm gonna have to give it an 8 just because I wish I could see it a little bit better up close and see what's really going on. And I wish they kind of put everything more kind of clustered together.
For sure. I was thinking an 8 as well. Up next, ooh, these actually look really good.
Ooh, I like those.
I love the low poly aesthetic. I don't know how I would change these to make them better. I'm giving this a 9.5. I don't know what this thing is right here. It looks like a mouse and eating a cupcake, but you know, doesn't it? Like the bottom of this glass looks like a tail. Like it looks like a mouse eating a cupcake. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 though.
I think it looks pretty good. I would say 7 or 8, maybe 7.5. Meet in the middle.
All right.
I feel like it could use some texture just because it looked a little bit too glossy for how much detail it had.
So if you did use materials on this, like you textured things in Blender, make sure to change your material in Studio to fabric. It softens everything up and gets rid of this like glow. It helps with so many builds. Anyways, up next we have a low poly medieval house. This is more your wheelhouse, right?
Ooh, okay. I really like how this is looking. There's one thing that kind of throws me off is it looks like they went for all kind of or mostly smooth plastic when this whole kind of thing is pretty intricate and detailed. I do like the whole structure of the building, so I'm gonna give like the structure an 8 out of 10. But
yeah,
I think just
overall,
because it's kind of they slapped smooth plastic on everything, I feel like it just kind of bumps it down a little bit for me.
I disagree. So I'm gonna go an 8, but for a different reason. I personally love the smooth plastic vibe. That's kind of why I wanted 3 still on here, because he does more mid-poly, mid-realism kind of stuff. I do all the low-poly stuff. I do want to say, I think this would look a lot better if the roof had some sort of detail, considering you have all these sticks and window detail and
a texture would look good.
Yeah,
plus all the bricks on the fireplace looks a little bit inconsistent with the roof.
And the door's real detailed, everything's real detailed, and then the roof is just underperforming. So I'm gonna give a 7 or 8 on the grand total for this one. If you fix up that roof, I'm sure it would go up quite a bit. Yo, oh snap!
This has to be
10.
A 10 out of 10.
What can I say?
The only thing that could bring this down for me is if it's very terribly optimized, which I'm hoping it isn't, because if they actually optimized it, it probably would have been faster.
Hey, listen, we don't talk about optimization over here, okay? It's a 10 out of 10.
But just looks alone, it's a 10 out of 10. I don't really like that angle though, just because how they show like the void off in the distance.
Yeah, just like
I like the use of Atmos, that Atmos lighting. Yep.
Oh yeah, this 10 out of 10.
Tell by the skybox.
Ooh, I'm kind of loving this, but also kind of hating it. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, the colors threw me off.
So let me just. I like the colors. Purple and green, great color scheme. I mean, it worked for Joker. It'll work for other people.
It gave me Halloween vibes.
There's a couple things I don't like about this. For example, we have a very sort of low poly cartoon-esque room, and then we have kind of realistic plants, and then this train, this toy train, like
out of place stuff. That's what I kind of noticed.
So when I look at this, the first thing I think of is free models. Like, I feel like you built some of it, and then you filled it in with free models, which isn't a bad thing when you're a new builder, but you could definitely tell when things aren't cohesively put together. So overall for the build, I'm gonna give it like a 4, I think, just because I think it could be a little more cohesive. What do you think?
I'm thinking a 3, just because I like the kind of layout. The layout is sort of nice. You know, they have, you know, a dresser up against the wall, you know, arcade cabinet in the corner.
I gotta talk about how big this room must be, bro. Like, we got a bed over here, an arcade machine, a ping pong table. This RC car is almost as big as the ping pong table. Like, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like there's just too much going on and too much that doesn't match together.
Okay, here's this one. This would be a pretty low score for me. Like, it looks overall pretty good, but it's just not my fancy, bro. Like, just how the
honestly,
overall aesthetic.
I'm thinking this could be a 5 out of 10 depending on the context, because this does give me vibes of like something, you know, like Blox Fruits or Grand Peace or all these like games with huge worlds where they have to kind of keep detail lower, you know, just to kind of make it optimized. So if you're doing a whole map in this style, there's a couple things that are good about that: consistency and optimization. But if this is just a standalone island, then that would drop the score down for me. So I'm just gonna sit in the middle with a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go about a 4 or a 5. Just depends what the use is. Up next, we got something right here. This is an exterior for a mall. Okay, so mall exterior, that's all we need to know. They do give us a couple interior shots, but let's just check this out. A little basic for me. A little basic for me.
I'm not liking the exterior that much. I like the shape. I don't like how it looks visually, though.
I really like the shape. It looks like you just started it, and like it has a lot more that you need to do. So for now, based on the exterior, let's kind of go in This interior looks amazing compared to that. Like, great, fantastic. Overall,
I love the escalator.
If you break everything... I don't know if
it's a free model, but the escalator, I recently made an escalator, and they are pretty difficult to make. So I will give him props for that.
If we put everything into one score, all these pictures, I'm going to go with a 5 because the outside kills the inside for me.
I'm going to go with a 7 because I really like that last interior shot, and I feel like if that level of detail is kept for the whole thing, it would look really awesome.
For sure. Ooh, this is sick. What do we got right here? Messing with future lighting. I can't really understand.
I got Chucha vibes from that.
I can't understand what's going on from this angle. Let's go to this one. Oh, honestly, dude.
Definitely seems... Yeah, I love the abstractedness. It definitely reminds me of something Chucha would make.
I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to immediately give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going 10 out of 10. First off, I love this, like, sort of, it's almost that black and gold color scheme, which is sort of a running meme on my channel. If it's black and gold, you get a higher score. But
I think I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna bump my score up just because the more I look at it, the more I can see.
Like, dude, imagine each piece, bro. This is a piece. This is like 18 pieces.
Yeah.
It looks like you turned on Archimedes and then just kept typing random angles and generated circles. I love it. Great job, dude. Up next, we got a backpack. I'm gonna give this, keep in mind, it's probably for UGC, so you gotta meet the requirements. I'm gonna give this a 7, I think.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I can see what they're going for, but the texture is a little off, and I feel like the shape might be just too blocky, but it still looks pretty good overall as an accessory that would just be on a character.
Heck yeah. All right, up next, we have, well, that's a lot to read. All right, I'm gonna just look at it. I can't, maybe I should read it, because I can't quite, is this like a train station or a casino? I
think you said a restaurant.
Oh, wow, I was off. So it looks like the start to a restaurant. I think this is going to be really nice when it's done. But
I definitely get sort of Titanic interior vibes. I don't know why. It just reminds me of something luxurious and grand, and I really like that so far. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give a 7 or an 8 just based on what I think is going to be happening. Like, it looks great so far. I'd love to see it when you're done. Up next, we got this showcase realism, sort of just a school map I created.
Ooh.
Whoa. If I went to school here, I'd probably cry. It looks terrifying.
Yeah, it looks very, very grungy.
Grim. Like this would be a great for a spooky game or something.
Oh, that looks awesome. It definitely gives me sort of horror game vibes.
I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. I think like the build looks incredible. And if you're going for any bit of a spooky game, which I think you are based on this font and this thing that says Lost back here, I think you killed it.
I think it's a 8.5.
All right.
A little empty, though.
Okay. Now, I've had some hot takes when it comes to very blocky builds with with Roblox materials. It is growing on me, but it still is not my favorite cup of tea. I think overall, like layout-wise, I wish we got a bird's eye on this one because it's kind of just really low angles like this.
Yeah.
This is the focal point of this picture, the bottom of this light post. This one is, of course, this tunnel. And then this one is the train tracks. I think overall, man,
I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I feel like I wish there was like a little more happening, and I wish we got a better angle from like a top down, just because we can't really see what's happening outside these kind of walls that are holding everything together.
I think a top down would help a lot. I'm gonna go a 6 out of 10. If you send a top down, I could imagine it would go higher though. Up next, all right, I gotta say it now. 3sto, you could be silencio for this one because you don't really be messing with this cartoon very low poly style. What I gotta say, when you're a new builder, and you find these texture packs, which, hey, stay tuned. It might be uploaded already, but I do have a crazy texture pack video coming soon. Anyways.
Oh.
When you
I was gonna make a video on it. You beat me to
it. He DM'd me. When you find these texture packs, you need to go easy. They are not there to hold your build by themselves. They're there to support what you have already built. So the transparency of this texture right now is probably at like a 0.4 or even no transparency. It needs to be like a 0.9 to a 0.95 for most of these textures because they just add that tiny element to fill in some space, and they're not supposed to be the whole, I guess, the whole vibe. Also, don't make them super big like this, like you did on the main floor, because it makes players feel like they're walking slower than they are, because it just seems like unobtainable. Anyways, without the textures, I could tell that this is an asset pack. Did you use any free assets for this creation? This is most definitely an asset pack, I think. Isn't it? Okay, I swear I've seen this asset pack before, so I'm gonna call it an asset pack. I swear I've seen it. I'm gonna go a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10. The textures are really killing it for me.
Yeah, I think I like the chain that's happening between those like two kind of buildings. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the buildings themselves aren't that bad. So I'll give it a 4 out of 10. But everything else just kind of brings it.
Yeah, only reason I went low is because I'm almost positive that's an asset pack.
I wonder who made that one.
Bro, get banned. No,
No.
I'm skipping it, guys. Of course, we don't want to rate
9
this.
out
He
of 10.
probably just wanted to show it off. So this was built by 3sto. Very talented. I'm not going to rate it, though, or else you're going to be like, oh, you're biased in the comments. So up next, actually, you know what, 3sto? This does look really good, man. Is there any interior?
There is. Everything is interior.
Jeez, bro. All right. I'm
Except
going to go...
like the outer walls.
I'm going to go like an 8 out of 10. You could have more detail on the walls. All right.
Yeah.
Just friend to friend. Yo, I like this. Considering it looks to be a simulator map and it's not just in a square. I love this. Like, this is...
I really love this
is
too, because
great.
it reminds me of like the World Zero lobby where there's like, I think it's like a big castle or something, and there's like a bunch of portals around to go to different roads.
I love that you're
I
not
really
just
love
in a
this.
square.
But I don't like the angle.
Yeah, the angle's real bad.
I like this angle is okay because it shows everything at the bottom, but I wish we could see the castle better.
All right.
But overall, I think it's an 8 out of 10.
Yep, I was going to be at an 8 or a 9. Great job, dude. All right, weapons pack. Overall, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, up next, we have this build. It looks like you're going for rundown, I think. We have boards in the window, and the fences is kind of like broken, sort of.
It's bugging me how many parts are like used for the fence.
Yeah.
And I think they're all beveled too, it looks like. So
I don't know.
honestly,
I'm gonna go a
one,
5 on this one.
I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 10. I feel like it's too small. Like there's not, even if like there's only the 2 buildings, they could have made a lot more space, like just empty and have.
I think the idea was there nonetheless. All right, here. This looks like a cool start to something. So I'm gonna go 6 out of 10 for now.
I'm gonna give 5 out of 10 because you can tell they just kind of used Archimedes for it. So it's kind of like from a top-down view and maybe even up closer, you'll see just kind of the overlapping and it might look kind of janky. But the segments themselves look okay.
No, I did copy over my asset pack I made, but I basically did. All right, great. Let's check it out.
Words.
Hey, I love how much border variation there is. First things first,
okay, I really like this, and I also really dislike it. I don't like the trees.
Yeah.
But I do love the layout of the map. I like the winding path. I like the variation, and I do like how there's more than just a border around the entire map. I like how there's a little beach with kind of like a wall with stairs going down.
Shining moment for this map is definitely the border. I'm gonna go a 7 out of 10.
It feels a lot more alive than just kind of
for sure
a simulator map that's kind of encased in a border.
What you giving it?
7 out of 10.
All right, cool. Up next, oh my gosh, let's just pick one. Let's go for this one. It looks like it has the most going on. Looks like a simulator map, mobile picture as well. Oh wait, you're spectating. Okay, it looks like, what is this?
Wait, let's read the text. This is a little confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Low poly.
Okay, that's it. That's all we get. First
all right,
one,
if we're just
4 out
going
of 10. Too much going on.
Really?
I feel like there's too... Okay, well, it's not that there's too much going on. I feel it feels too random.
Yeah, I feel that.
I like the table, how it's made out of Legos, but everything feels too random.
I think just overall...
that crystal one, that's a 2 out of 10.
I think overall, for like the whole everything I'm seeing, I'm going 6 out of 10.
Yeah, for that last image, I'd give it 5 out of 10.
All right, let's see. We got this one. You're going to love that.
Oh, okay.
9 out of 10 for me.
This is nice. This is a 9 out of 10 for me as well.
Awesome. This, okay.
Oh, wait. Who is this? Who made this? Is this
Epic.
Ah, that looked like... Okay, I thought that was crazed...
I'm gonna give this one a 6 or a 7.
I love how
really
this
hard.
looks.
For me, it's really hard after I saw the school from earlier to see anything as better than that. So this one...
Honestly, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10.
Dang!
Now that may sound crazy, but to me, this is like a definitive, perfect kind of map. Now, if the whole map is this consistent and well laid out, like, I just love the details here. There's not too much going on, but there's not too little going on. It's like the perfect balance, the perfect use of colors and textures for me. I love it.
Heck yeah, dude.
It immediately remind me of one of my favorite builders, Crazed Brick 1. Go check him out if you haven't.
I'm going 5.
I don't like how it looks like there's so much going on, but we can't see what's really happening. It's really zoomed out. I'm not gonna look at the UI. I don't like the UI, but the map itself, I'd say it's a 4.
All right. Up next, ooh, This is a cool scene. I love how the thing's reflective. I'm going 6.
I'll go 5 out of 10. I feel like there's too much clashing, but it looks good.
Are you gonna say the same Archimedes thing right here?
Well, this looks like it was done well with Archimedes, so I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10.
Dang, 7.
Really,
Well, 6.
really empty,
6.
though.
I'd say 7 if there was like more color. Armors. What are we thinking? I'm going I'm going 8. I like those.
I'll give it a 7, but the second one is really holding the rating up for me. I really like it.
I like that one and
It
this
reminds
one.
me of the second one reminds me of the Bed Wars armor, which I really love.
Spooky house. Let's go 7.
Ooh, I'll give this a 7 out of 10, but I don't like the free model looking trees, even if they're not free models. But the building
Oh
reminds
my
me of what
God.
I've done before. Oh god. Oh no,
I
what
feel
is
like-
this?
So it's a cursed SpongeBob obby from the looks
Oh
of it.
god. You know what?
I-
I'm gonna give this at least a 7 out of 10, 7 point.
I'm gonna go 9.
You know, I'll give it an 8.
Let me
I
explain
really
why.
like that first
like-
SpongeBob.
It's like if it's what they're going for, it's so bad that it's good. Kind of
Yeah, and you
vibe.
never see people try to make stuff like this. It's always like, I don't know. It's always like low poly cartoon.
Yeah, dude. for
Cartoony
sure.
simulator.
I'm
but
going
this
a
is just,
9. Just
I love
it's
when things
cursed.
bend the norms in the worst, best ways.
All right, the guys, that is gonna wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.
Subscribe to me too.
Oh yeah, subscribe to 3 Sto. Later.